The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 61st edition of the Community Pulse. We have another fantastic show lined up for you. We have the very popular and talented Liz Aday co-hosting Red Heaven. This is going to be an amazing show. I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. Red Heaven is a Canadian artist, and looking forward to getting to know Joel a little bit more. And that show opener was an artist I met through Melanie Coley and Mark Fussell, an amazing talent, new member to our community. So yeah, when you have a second, please go over and check out Mark's work. He's an amazing guitarist and composer. At the beginning of the show, you saw some of these great streaming channels, such as Jade Star. Everybody knows and loves Jade. She does a fantastic job every Thursday with her live interviews, which most of us out there have been on and helped our channels grow and all that. Independent Many United every Friday night. She has a stream at 8 o'clock. You got 15th Bend every Thursday at 9 p.m. He's not streaming this week, I think I heard. Chad Freeman Ham Sunday on Sunday. I forgot to update my list, and Chad did send me an email with all his updates, and I dropped the ball, Chad. Please follow the link and go over and support Chad's channel. If you want your song played, just send him an email, send him your song, see what what shows he's got going on, and it's that simple. Francis and Ian, the replay, I've added them to the introduction. Another fantastic show. These next four artists are what I consider the OGs of our communities. Whether it's directly or indirectly is how we all came to be here on YouTube, and that includes Francis and Ian, who brought back an old show they had well over 5 years ago. Really cool stuff. Every other Sunday at 8 p.m. right after Pete John's YML. Speaking of Pete John's YML, every Sunday at 7 p.m. Again, Pete was my gateway into this community, and many of you out there as well. Pete has an amazing show every Sunday at 7 p.m. Your Music Live. Please submit your music there. All you have to do is fill out the form and hit submit, and it's played for free, and you'll get a lot of recognition. And Thomas Christ every Wednesday with the You Rock Show. Thomas has an amazing show. He sits for a good 5 hours playing and promoting, celebrating our music out there. You'll find a lot of fantastic talent there. This You Rock Show runs every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Same deal as Pete's. Fill out a form, hit submit, and your music will be played. And then we finish off these introductions with one of my favorite personalities in this community, and probably not just mine, everybody's favorite, Lori's Mishmash, the Friday Night Hang, every Friday at 12 a.m. I put Lori here because I say it over and over and over. That she is the glue of all these communities. She just does amazing work, and it all comes from her heart. We love you, Lori. All right after this show, everybody will be dumped on to Vince Janella, Monday Night Live Jam and Hang with Vince, another brilliant guitarist. The redirect is all set up, so no need. But at 9 o'clock, if you like to jump over, it is he'll be starting his stream. He usually warms up for a few minutes. And then following that, tonight at 11 p.m., you know I won't be there. I'll be watching the Leafs on replays, sorry, is Monday Night Live with Axe and Nacho. Another fantastic show, which I promised one of these days I'm going to take a Tuesday off and jump on his panel. All right. This week's featured channel, I chose this artist, and I want to talk a little bit about Tony McGreal. Tony has been, we've been following each other's channels for quite a few years now, probably about 4. Tony's a fantastic guitarist out of the UK. Tony composes original guitar instrumentals for film, TV, video games, and other media. He's written over 1,300 tracks, nearly 1,400 tracks. Many of his tracks are played on BBC Radio, Sleep in Forecast, and on Radio 3 Unwind. So he is quite the talent. He has over 15 albums available, all on the major platforms. Please go follow up our friend Tony McGreal. And with all of what he does, I promise you, you jump over his channel and he's going to listen to your music and stay on top of it. He's just that kind of guy. So let me just play this little montage I created, we created for Tony. I hope you like it, brother. And that's a perfect way to envision listening to Tony's music, all of his guitar playing on the porch, somewhere up north or east, or just somewhere by the lake and sipping on a coffee and just chilling. A fantastic artist. Tony's channel will be posted at the top of the pinned at the top of the chat throughout the remainder of the show, and please go offer up some support. And yeah, so let's not waste any time. Liz Aday came on to this show, one of the first that was kind enough to say yes when I was the nervous one. I still am, but the nervous one, hoping that, the next person says yes. And she did. She was introduced to me by our good friend Crimson Crux, and she introduced us in turn to this brilliant artist that she actually emailed me quite a few months ago, really wanting to get who she calls her brother Joel onto this show. And without further ado, let's bring on Liz Aday.
Hello.
Hey, Liz. I can't
Hi.
believe you're on the 8th edition of the Community Pulse.
It's nice to be here. Thanks for the invite, and thanks for featuring Joel.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to know Joel more. Since you introduced me, we were talking backstage just before you came in. I had him on the All Canadian celebration we have for July 1st and Canada Day. And listening to his music since, he's just a fantastic addition to our community. And I'm just so glad for the introduction. But let's talk a little bit about you. I know you had back then your sight set on first your voice, the miracle voice we were talking about backstage. Tell us how you're doing, how you're feeling, and what you got coming up. Hello, Chad Freeman. What you have coming up? Yeah.
Before I do, excellent segue to Chad Freeman. You talked about missing out on what he's up to this month. I think he's looking for songs that heal, which I'm all about. I've been working on a project that's all about healing through music. So I sent him one. I think it was just one, Chad. I don't want to inundate you, but I have a lot of songs about that topic. So I believe that's what May is about.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Thank you so much. And this is why you're on the show.
It just so happens, if it weren't for Chad, I wouldn't have met you. So I call him Chad the Good. He's
Chad
a good
the
one.
Good.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now there's something I did not know.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
Chad reached out to me because of one of my singles. Oh, actually, he found a cover that I did because I did comedy for a while as a coping mechanism, as you do. And I did a comedy duet with a friend of mine in Seattle, whilst I'm down here in another hemisphere, of Fish Heads by Barnes and Barnes. And he was doing a show about food and drink, and he happened upon that Fish Heads cover. And that's how we got to know one another. And then he found my song Hardest Part, which is very much dealing with grief and healing and navigating loss of a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
And so he found that to resonate with him, and that's essentially why I'm here.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you, Chad. And yes, Chad is just humble. He would never announce something like that, so I'm glad you did. And
he's lovely, just lovely
just
human.
who Chad is, and that's just
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Liz, we as a co-host, I asked you what song would you like to choose, and you have a brand new song. It's called Carry On, and it features your good friend, another great introduction to our community, Allison 2020. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, and then let's give it a spin.
What another great segue. This is really working out well. Joel, who's the featured artist today, introduced me to Allison 2020 and Digital Drew, which is he's my mentor in audio and video and everything in general. So he introduced me to this group of creatives via a Zoom gathering of creatives people. And anyway, I met Allison, whom I just love. She's like a sister to me. And we both have similar visions in our trajectory as artists. And we started writing together, and we co-wrote Carry On during a time when we each felt like many of our people needed a big hug and a bunch of love, support, and hope. So the song, I just grabbed the guitar and started, chords came to me real quick, and started a demo of it. Immediately I had a verse chorus going, and then we started working on the second verse, and it's our first duet that's in distribution at the moment, but we have a lot down the pipe. So
And there she is now.
Allison's here.
Yeah.
Hi, darling. I miss you. We've been on. We've each been very busy. We normally see each other at least once a week, but it's been a while.
Oh, that's fantastic. Everything's just lining up for you. And before we play this track, I wanted to give you an opportunity to tell everybody what you have coming up, what's going on. I know you said you had a lot of things going on with Allison, and tell us.
Yeah, I've been, I guess, off the radar, very busy behind the scenes. All of my energy is going into writing a show called "What Can We Do," which is another one of my recent singles. I did a premiere for it not long ago. It kind of was a blip on the radar. I think there was about, less than, I don't know. It didn't do much, and I took it down. I'm gonna redo it, but the show is about unity and healing, and essentially, but it's an immersive live music show that I'm swinging for the stars for. I've just applied for an arts grant here in Australia, and I'm applying for a second one for the same project, just different, like for the orchestra. I'm talking a big show. This isn't me thinking small anymore. Like, I can barely make ends meet. Oh my God, how am I going to make rent? This is beyond that. This is me evolving above this lack mindset and small thinking. And because we have a message that we need people to feel and hear. And it's a live immersive thing. So it's going to be, if anybody's seen Van Gogh live or gone into Van Gogh live, it's like similar to that. You'll be surrounded by projections of love and hope and unity and validation and equality and the golden rule. So yeah, all the good things. So anyway, Allison and I have been so busy recording and writing that we haven't been doing much as far as videos go. So I quickly made a lyric video of all footage that I did in my bedroom with a candle and in low light settings for the probably not probably fuzzy and not great, but it's at least something that's moving
perfect.
behind the lyrics.
That's perfect. Well, let's give it a spin.
Cool.
Carry On. Liz Aday, Allison 2020.
Is your heart heavy? And a better day is hard to believe in. Feeling fragile, angry, confused, walking through fire. We feel what we gotta feel, and healing can begin through the rough road. The stronger flowers grow, so we keep on keeping on. The sun will come up again tomorrow. We take heart, stay strong, stay strong. Hold our head up, get up and carry on. When the night is cold and the light seems so far away, shaking your faith in humanity. Yeah, but we can breathe it in, breathe it out. We lean into feeling, keep pushing through. From disillusion to clarity, resilience, and finding strength through our tears by allowing them to flow. Some days we fly, some days we fall, and we keep on keeping on. The sun will come up in the brightest of days. And let's stay strong. We hold our head up, get up and carry on. Carry on, hold our head up. We keep on keeping on. The sun will come up in the brightest of days. And let's stay strong. We hold our head up, get up and carry on. Carry on, hold our head up. We keep on keeping on. The sun will come up again tomorrow. We take heart, stay strong. Hold our head up, get up and carry on.
Wow, how fantastic is that? That's just amazing.
Oh,
That's
thanks.
absolutely beautiful.
It's just the tip of the iceberg. That was our first effort to push love and comfort and validation and humanity and decency out through music. We're working hard on many concepts and stories, and so yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I want a
Thank
special
you.
shout out for one of the first people to come onto my channel and provide support to my music is my good friend Gussie Wells. Thank you, brother. Great to see you. All right, so it's time, Liz.
Yay!
Let's bring on Red Heaven.
My bro.
Your bro add to stage, and I did unmute. What's going
Hey,
on?
you guys.
Hey, brother.
Man, what's up?
What's that?
I'm gonna put you up here, and you guys can both chat away, and I'm gonna keep my eye on the chat here.
It's a fantastic
Great to have
song,
you.
Liz. Good song.
Oh, thank you.
You
It's
can see in
thank
chat, everybody's loving it. In
are they?
Mr.
Well,
Smith.
I just quickly caught just a couple of things going by, and one of which was somebody was looking at one of my misfired old YouTube channels, thinking I only had 21 subs. I am very hidden in YouTube as far as like subscribers go. I'm quite. You said popular earlier. I am not popular, but yeah, I don't have a lot of subscribers. But I have a bit more than 21 now.
Yeah, that's the topic channel, right? Is that what they were
is it in my?
referring to?
I don't think I have that many on topic. I actually started several YouTube channels many years ago,
Right.
and you can find strange things on there. Probably some cover bands that I was doing, some show bands that I was promoting long time ago, and then maybe some weird art projects. I don't know. I mean, there's more than one, but yeah. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you, Joel. We're working on.
Oh,
He's
I
working
lost-
on it.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, Joel's working on an album right now. Let the Dead Things Die. Talk about that, please.
All right, Let the Dead Things Die. I didn't actually know that I was going to do another album. In fact, when I finished the last Red Heaven album called The Ever Turning Wheel, I kind of thought maybe I wasn't going to do anymore, but I ended up writing all this stuff. And as Liz can probably relate, sometimes it just like comes right out of you, you know? And I just created a ton of stuff. And so a theme that kind of has been coming up in a lot of the music that I've been writing is about death, and not in the sort of teenage black lipstick. Like I'm kind of past that. I can't get the lipstick out of the beard, so I'm past that phase completely. But I was thinking just about the sort of the naturalness of death in part of the cycle of the world. And in fact, sometimes it is the way that we fail to embrace the importance of death. So for instance, if you think of a tree, and you know, there's a time of year where the leaves turn color and then they eventually fall off. And this is the natural way of things. And there's something about, like, if the tree was so sentimental, it refused to let the leaves fall, it would be a terrible thing for everybody. And I was sort of looking at the world and thinking, like, all the way from like personal relationships and just like things that are really intimate to like macro things with the whole world. And a lot of the problems that we're facing right now have to do with the fact that we won't let go of things, even though it's their time to go. And it just was a running theme through a lot of the music I was writing. I was like, okay, and also like, let's like also a dramatic album title, right? So yeah, so Let the Dead Things Die. It's going to be about 13, 14 songs, you know, depending on which ones I get in a mood and decide I hate everything and take it off. I don't know, like, but that's what I'm currently looking at.
Right. Cool. So
That
I'm
is
happy
so
to
cool.
I'm happy to say that I'm a patron of Joel's, but so I get to hear about what he's up to.
Mhm.
But not only that, I am able to listen to his works in progress, because I'm going to be doing a bit of stuff on his stuff,
Yeah.
as it turns out.
In case it's not obvious, Liz and I are close friends, and we talk plenty about a lot of the artistic things, and it's really a blessing for me to have Liz in my life, because there aren't tons of people with whom you can talk about sort of the really heavy duty artist stuff sometimes. And you know, I learn a lot from her, and I can really depend on her for a lot of things. So she's got a great voice too, which you don't need me to tell you. And so I asked her if she would sit in on some of the stuff that I'm doing for this album. She said yes. So if you like Liz's voice, good news, there's going to be a lot of it on the new album, and I'm really, really happy about that.
How great is that?
Mhm.
Let me ask you something. Are you going to make vinyl?
Man, I can barely afford to make rent. So listen,
Yeah.
That is the best comeback.
You're saying
So
you
true.
might think you got Trent Reznor on the show. That's not the case. I don't know if you know this. I'm the lead singer of Red Heaven. I don't have the money for that sort of thing. I will definitely. I always make.
Oh, look
I
who's
always
here.
make. I always make some CDs, but like vinyl's an investment, man. So I will say that if there's a surge, I mean, anything's possible. But like if there's a surge of interest in the album, sure.
That's fantastic. Your friend Digital Drew is here.
Drew, he's more than a friend. Hey.
Like Liz, Drew has done more for me in my music journey than I can ever repay, and I bet you Allison would say the same thing. So, aside
And
from
me.
being, and yeah, absolutely, and aside from just being a friend, but also a musician, and he's a producer, and he's like this is really. He's a behind the scenes guy in a lot of ways, but he could very easily be a front of the scenes guy and eclipse all
Oh,
of us.
please. Yeah, so easy.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. All right, I'm going to do a few shout outs here, and then we'll continue on with this. So, as everybody knows, I can't shout out everybody. There's about 150 artists and creators on the 61st edition playlist, which is live now. Um, Please go check that out. There's going to be a lot that I'm not able to shout out. But one shout out that I'm starting off with is someone new to my community. Not sure how he came onto my channel, but I'm sure glad he did. Mosh, yeah. And he is in the chat now, so it's appropriate. Um, he put out a couple tracks this week that I call. This one is Loyal to Me. An amazing, amazing talent of just good hip hop production, top shelf production. Just a fantastic artist. So glad to see you in here and welcome to this amazing community. All right, we've had amazing songs by Sonic Grace, John Scher. My good friend Mary from Italy does a lot of videos for some classic songs. This one is of It's My Life, John Bon Jovi cover. Martin Kelly, another brilliant creator, put out a couple of them. This one is It's Finally May. Ian Luckett, Adam Holtz, Robbie Stingle, David Cartret. Happy birthday, David. Great to have you here tonight, brother. Put out an amazing song, a song called Pray. Take Two drum covers, Laurie's Mishmash and Friends. Mandolin Rain by Bruce Hornsby cover. Fantastic work, Laurie. The Drag Gurus, Tony McGreal, who we featured tonight as the feature channel. Emery Island, D. Lynn, Ashley Dale Kelly. Put your records on. Ashley, I see you in the house. Great to have you. Maria, how are you, Mary? Seco 7, Stephen Ewert, Hurricane Moon put out an amazing track called You Won't Believe What These EA Juice Plugins Can Do. All right. And then Paula Benson, as I always say, just go over to Paula's channel and you're guaranteed to have a smile instantly as soon as her streams start. So I'm going to stop there for now, and we can pick up where we left off. Joel, I'm just really excited. Once again, I said it earlier, for the introduction that was provided by Liz Aday. And this is what makes the community grow, and it sounds like that's exactly what happened there through Chad, through Crimson Crux, and in comes Liz Aday, and Out Blossoms. We're already introduced to a couple other artists. We've met Allison, and there's another Aussie, Mr. Pete Johns, the gateway of these communities. So after this, you know you're going to be pressured to be submitting some songs to the YML show every Sunday, Joel.
Fine with that.
We'll send you all the links. It's pretty cool. I'll let you guys carry on.
Carry on. Hey,
it's
I just
Matt
wanted
Carter.
to say hi to Brad and also Pete. Hello, hello.
Brad Examples in the house?
Yeah.
Hey,
I thought I saw him going past. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have my glasses on, but there's Mrs. Smith too. Hi. So, Joel, what's on the menu next? What's on the menu for Let the Dead Things Die next?
Okay. Well, a lot of people, I can already tell a lot of people in this chat have made records. So there's a lot of people who don't need to hear this, but my process is kind of like this. There's excitement and a lot of writing, and then there's like a long period of like, oh, but I'm so lazy and ice cream, and then there's like Netflix, and then there's this part at the end of like, it's been a year and a half. I should probably finish this album. So that's kind of where I am now. So my thing is basically I do everything myself at home in this very room I'm sitting in. And then I go back and I put in live drums and I put on the vote. Like those are the finishing touches. But even though they're the finishing touches to production, it takes a while. So it's May now. I expect everything will be done around November. And
Wow.
So finishing touches time. Yeah.
Nice.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, can we talk about what we've been working on, the two of us, just recently?
Certainly.
Okay. That's Handwritten Apology. He gave me a link of all these songs in progress. And he's like, would you be interested in working on any of these? And I said, yes. And he's like, which ones? And I'm like, yes. So all of them, any of them. And so I've just done, what I do is his music I genuinely love. So I just crack it open and I don't get cerebral about it. I just allow the music to come to me, supporting with backing vocals. And they just came, and quite excited the way it manifested in it. But I'm not surprised because that's just how it happens. And so I just delivered him some, and
it's great. It's beautiful. She's giving me some. We've got 2 songs done, but there's the rest. It's moving really fast. So you might say like 2 songs already, but it's actually we're pretty far along. That doesn't sound far along, but it is far along. So we're moving quickly and getting a lot of this stuff done. And I'm imagining everybody listening are like, good for you. Like when they're hearing me say this, because like none of you guys know this stuff that I'm doing, but I think it's going to be really exciting, not just because of whatever I'm doing, but like Liz is on it and Jacob Ferrer is on it. And I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of these little talented people, adding little bits of stuff. That's just going to be so sweet and fantastic. And for those of you who don't know me, the music that I've done, the best example I can come up with is it's like if Tool and Kate Bush formed a band, and then they moved to Turkey. That's my best. Like even that, I don't know, but that's kind of what it's like. So, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you.
That's fantastic. Would you like to play the first song we have on cue?
Absolutely, whatever you want.
We have Hey Man, I Like Your Band. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
Okay, so I write a lot of like dense lyrics. I'm not a lot of fun at parties. Like,
I doubt
people are like, make a joke, and I'm like, well, about the green tablet from Arabia, and then 800 BC. Be like, you know what? Don't. So, but this song, I don't know. So every time I do an album, I try to do a couple songs that have they're light, And this one was an amalgam of conversations I've had with people that usually start by people saying, hey, man, I like your band. And so strung it out to a tune. I filmed it in my basement, by the way, in a place I used to live in. So
let's give it a spin.
Go nuts.
Hey, man, I like your band.
It's a long way to the top if you're gonna rock and roll. I met your girlfriend ever, but she said by now a long way to the top if you're gonna rock and roll. Hey man, I like your band. It's a long way to the top if you're gonna rock and roll. Hey man, I like your band. Well, you gotta make some friends or you'll be left out in the cold. So guys and me were jamming weekends, evenings when we could. We're practicing more lately and we're getting pretty good. We sound like Judas Priest and Skrillex and Nirvana and The Cure and some Red Hot Chili Peppers and a singer like me, Joe. If you're gonna make a record, then you're gonna do some shows. We'd be a great opening act for your world tour when you guys go. So here's a knocking with my number and my Facebook username. Dude, you gotta make connections if you wanna play that game. Way to the top, it's a long way to the top. Hey man, I like your band. It's a long way to the top if you're gonna rock and roll. Hey man, I like your band. Well, you gotta make some friends or you'll be left out in the cold. Hey man, I like your band. Hey man, hey man, hey man, I like your band. Hey man, hey man. Way to the top, it's a long way to the top.
Damn.
Aw, and the chunky kitty. Oh,
It's
She's
beautiful.
still with me. She's sleeping in the other room right now.
yeah, but she's a lot more slim
Yeah,
and trim.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
slimmed
she's-
down a little bit. Her girl
Was
is-
it carbs that made her like that? I had a cat that
what
was
made
fat.
her fat? Like the she it actually is an allergy to wheat, I believe.
Yeah, I had a cat like that too.
So I
Yeah,
got to
she
tell you
did.
guys, this video, it was a bunch of things really came together. But what I basically needed was like just a bunch of people who weren't afraid to act like goofs, right? So I was trying to collect, and I was basically like, I'll give you this guitar, just act like an idiot for 2 minutes, and we'll film it, and that'll be it. And as it happened, there was a local theater group, and they had just finished like a rap party where they had done the show, and then that day, and then they were like, you know, probably drinking and stuff. And so anyway, they came over after that and they were good to go, like no problem at all. So I was a little bit worried, like, am I gonna be able to get people to act like, and as you can see, like it was fine. Like they just let it happen.
So good.
That's
So that's your fun song from a different project.
Literally
What's your
my
fun?
only fun song. The rest of it, but that one is tons of fun.
but for this, because you said something about having a lighter song per album.
Yeah,
For
something like
Let the Dead Things Die. What do you reckon is the
drama.
the light?
Drama
I know.
queen.
I was just going to say it's
Oh,
drama
okay,
queen.
okay. Yeah, so I have a
but I
song on
wanted
the
to
new
hear it
album.
from you.
I have a song on the new album called Drama Queen. That is
Yeah.
sort of that's the comic relief of the new album.
Well,
Yeah, I
you
just-
have to. You guys are both just teasing us all with this new album.
Well,
We
some
have-
of it's out now. Like some of it's out, and the next video will be out soon. So you guys won't have. You can already see one song, and the next one is coming. So
That's
I'm going to be doing
fantastic.
kind of a drip release until, I think November, and then we'll see what happens.
All right. I'm going to continue with I guess I don't have to tell you who's on the panel. Everything's written. Joel is from Red Heaven. To anybody new, thank you, Pete Johns. I guarantee Pete has brought everybody over from his show. We love you, Pete. Everything you do for so many of us. All right, Wesley Media Hub, another Aussie, and a brilliant talent. This song is so cool. Lemmy White, David Joshua with Waves, Forest of the Wolf, Adorable Anarchy, which we're working on setting a date right now. Clayton Von Kluge and Tremor Bear, The Nut House, Hillbilly Banjo, that was a lot of fun. Bandit Beats, BC, UF Sibaba, Seven Letters of C, our good friend No Lake, Mark Wade, Over the Hill, a Gary Moore band cover, Badass Brutus, and Larry, I'm gonna butcher this, Soul Cactus. No, I guess I can't butcher that. Dragon Orb Music, another brilliant production. Powerful Azel Chant. Dan Anderson, Rippin von Rippenstein. There's another brilliant guitarist. Hobbs, Escape Velocity. Nura's Guitar Channel. I say this every week. Any beginners wanting to pick up the guitar, Nura's a great channel because it's a lot of up-to-date music, and I know a lot of people that just pick up the guitar. It makes it a little bit fun when you're playing something, learning something up to date. Please go follow that channel. Roadie's Jam Cave, Diamond Dave, another brilliant bassist in our community. Rhett James, Skeeter on My Peter. Rhett. All right, a fantastic track, a lot of fun. SE Wolverines, My Biggest Fear While Camping Alone. This isn't music, but it's I always want to shout out SE Wolverines because Ninth Gate owes them a nice little applause because he put out a couple of 2 or 3 creations, streams talking about drones, and we ended up writing a song called Drones, and it's going to be out on our next release, and that's a Ninth Gate release. Thank you, SE Wolverines. Dwight the Hitman Bailey, Cubic Lover 1972, and Hugh Caldwell. Hugh and Cubic Lover 1972. We always post their backing track challenges, which comes from Lori's Friday night stream. Great stuff, both of you. Yeah, let's get back to Red Heaven and let's talk a little bit more before we introduce the next song.
I have a question, Joel.
Yes.
A topic of conversation.
Mhm.
A lot of people ask me this, so I'm going to ask you if you have any artists and production styles that are inspiring you for this project.
Okay. So the first thing I'm thinking right now is, how do I make this not a TED talk of like 18 minutes or 20 minutes of length?
Do it.
No. I need to edit. I need to get better at that. So I'm going to practice right now. I have learned some really valuable lessons about production from a variety of sources. There are 3 sources I want to refer to. One is, and he's right here, is Digital Drew, who mixed and mastered 4 of the albums. Yeah, something like it. Anyway, I have learned so much about how to produce a lot of stuff, how to edit, how to make guitars sound decent. And he has taught me tons about drums. And, if you're playing rock music, a friend of mine said this thing, and this is true, like it's a hard pill to swallow, but he says in rock music, you need to hear the vocal and the snare and the rest, whatever. And he's basically right. And I know it hurts to hear, but so I will say that I've taken a lot of lessons I've learned from Drew, and I'm bringing them into this stuff that he has painstakingly, passed on to me. I have a friend named Anwar Khurshid, and I think he's in one of the videos you might play today. Anyway, he's a beautiful guy, sitar player, which is, there's not tons of those. You might find a lot of guitar players, but like, when you play sitar, like you'll get some calls. And but just a lovely guy too. And he does this thing where he just records and releases. And one of the things that he taught me that I thought was really important, he's like, don't complicate it. Record it, put it out. Right? Like don't create artificial barriers. Like he's got like 17 albums. And he sells, and when he plays, like people just buy like a stack of his CDs. And he was basically like, why are you making it so complicated? Record your song, put it out, like, and I was just like, that is really important, because I think sometimes we make it harder than it has to be in so many ways. And he has helped me to kind of forget about like, do you have the right mic? Well, you don't have the right mic, so you got to wait. Do you have the right guitar pickups? You don't have the right guitar pickups, you got to wait. Like, you don't have to wait, just record and get it out. And so I'm bringing a little bit of that energy to it. And I'm a huge, I gotta be careful the way I say this, because you say this the wrong way, it's not good. I am a huge fan of Tool. Did I say that okay? Anyway, one of the things about Tool that I learned, and it's a hard lesson for me to learn because I still have that immature ear where I'm putting reverb on everything, and I'm putting echo and delays on everything, and I'm just like thickening everything up, and it's got modulations and stuff like this. And one of the things about Tool, especially stuff like the 10,000 Days album, they use those things, delays, reverbs and stuff. But one of the things that you'll find with that band, and there are others like it, but Tool's my favorite one, is that they play super dry, really dry. And the virtuosity of the musicianship really shows through. And I was thinking, like, that's my goal. And I'm not saying that I'm necessarily there, but that sense of like, clean it up, dry it up, lock the pieces together. And if you play well, you don't have to do all that extra stuff. And so, and if you sing well, you don't have to do all that extra stuff. And so I wouldn't say I'm a master at that, far from it, but I'm trying to keep it in mind with everything that I'm producing right now. We're like, I don't need to put delay on everything if I do it right. I don't need to put reverb on everything if I do it right. It doesn't have to all modulate if I do it right. So that's a process for me, but I think that answers your question.
Yeah, I particularly like the part where you're talking about not getting in front of ourselves, not being in our own way.
Anwar is unbelievable. The guy will like record. He'll just be like, I think I'll do an album this weekend. He turns on the mic and he just goes. And like, I can't do it like that, but he's a great example of like how to not slow yourself down. Sorry, Liz, I interrupted you. But
No. I'm here for it. I just wanted to support you in that.
You're pretty good like that too. You work really fast. Like Liz will do this thing where like I'll give her something, like we're sort of she goes to bed when I get up, I go to bed when she gets up, and I'll be like, here are the files. And I'll wake up and she'll be like, here are the harmonies. I'm like, listen, lady, I'm not done writing this song. So I don't know what you expect right now, but like I can barely see, like I can't find my glasses, that kind of thing.
That's the way I feel when I get your tracks.
Rain, I use Logic, but my philosophy is whatever it is that you like, you should use. I'm not a person who feels like I want to evangelize for a specific DAW. I just don't think it's that important. I really don't. There's so much.
I do.
What's that?
I do.
Yeah, feel free.
I want to evangelize for my DAW.
Yeah, no, I mean, generally, I think that we have to be a bit realistic. Musicians have to be a bit realistic about like, if the first consideration is whether or not the listener can tell what you're using. If somebody listens, goes, okay, that's Pro Tools. Yeah, maybe in that case, there's a reason to pick one or the other. But honestly, most people can't tell, and why would they? Right? Like, why should they be able to? So if it sounds the same all the way around, then the only other thing is workflow, and workflow is super personal. So if the workflow is working for you, and some people, the workflow works just because that's what you learned on, and like that's fine. Like it really is. It's fine as long as you can create something that is professional quality. I mean, in terms of like bit rate and so on, that's just most of the case. So like maybe GarageBand can't get you there, but like it kind of can too. So like there's a lot of ways. And I think also like Anwar also taught me like worry about it, or like consider it, but don't worry about it. Like just use what you got and get the album out. So
when I said I was standing up for my DAW, I didn't mean that everybody should use it. I meant that it works for me in a big way. I'm very happy that I'm working in it. I used to be Pro Tools and nothing, and then I broke up with Pro Tools over many things, and but yeah, and I landed in Studio One, as Drew pointed out. Yeah, I quite like it. So,
Well, I know
but
we
yeah,
got-
you can make. I know people who can make beautiful music out of free apps and things. So, I mean,
Of course, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you know, we had a lot of the best recordings and albums we've ever heard recorded 40, 50, 60 years ago. You know, we're done with stuff that we would laugh at now, but like at the same time they produce the results. One reason I do go with Logic, and like we have some music, I know we have some musicians, so I'm going to just indulge this for a second, which is that when I perform, I use MainStage, which is another Apple product, and Logic and MainStage are basically interoperable. So if I get sounds that I like a channel strip that I like in Logic, I just open it in MainStage and I just perform with it. And that's a step I wouldn't want to have to navigate. Like I wouldn't want to have to worry about like rebuilding it on two different systems. So anyway.
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah. Oh, before we go on, you were talking about Drew when we were talking about production stuff, and I forgot to say that Drew had his hands all over Carry On. That song had so many tracks. I mean, of course, Drew is my mentor, in case you missed that, and he's been helping me along, growing as a producer and a game changer. But Carry On had so many tracks, and I was like drowning in it. I wanted this huge, giant live arena sound, and I was just like not quite hitting the mark, feeling a little out of my depth. And he took the keys and went there with it. So that big, giant, massive live sound with the everything. Yeah, that's Drew mixing and mastering.
Fantastic.
So, just so you know.
All right.
I laughed a little bit because when Drew came in late into the chat, and somebody's like, and this was a perfectly courteous and lovely thing to do. It's like, don't worry, you can rewatch the beginning. You missed Liz's song, and in my head, I'm like, he didn't miss the song.
Yeah, no, yeah, his fingerprints are all over that. So.
That's fantastic. The next song we have on cue is Bullet.
Yeah.
Tell us a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
is one of my favorite, by the way.
I try not to do, I mean, with varying degrees of success, because I do rock music, right? But I try not to do something that's terribly negative, just because it's not the kind of person I am. It's not the kind of person I aspire to be. And I don't want people walking away from my music feeling negative. So I'm getting that more under control as I get more mature. But this song was one that I really felt like I had to write because it's about gun violence, and I have just had enough. And I think that the question in my mind as I was considering, because you know there's and it's still happening. It's just not in the news like it was. I mean, but it's still happening where it's just like one a week or two a week, and it goes on, you know? And I was just thinking, like, how much is enough? Like, when do you finally go, like, okay, problem, like, whatever we need to do to stop this, let's stop this. Like, we're just not there. And so I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but like the question of guns and where they should be and how they should be used is a discussion I don't want to have. And it's also very complex with a lot of good points to be made. But, you know, if people keep dying, the problem's not solved, and it's urgent. So I wrote this song called Bullet.
All right. Let's have a listen.
All right.
One in the chamber, one for the road, a prayer for the living while I start to reload. Have you had enough? One to disrupt and one to distract, one to forget the life you'll never get back. Have you had
I want to slip in another quick mention of Digital Drew. He's getting a little tired of this, I'm sure, because like it sounds like I'm in love with him, which I am like this much. Like this,
Yeah.
but he did the video. I gave him a lot. Basically, what I did is I gave him like it's like a child coming to you with like a box of stuff they found and just be like, here, make a video out of this, like that, and he made it look fantastic. So I owe him a debt, not just for the mix of the album, but for the video as well.
Drew's also quite skilled at video and knowledgeable as well. So in case we didn't pontificate about Drew's greatness enough, there's that.
It made me.
We got a nice little introduction to Drew. I'm going to be following Drew's channel 100%, and I'm looking forward to it. That's fantastic. All right, I'm going to continue with some. And I said earlier that's I love all your songs, but I love that one. I really do. That's my favorite. All right, we got Brian Drums, who was in the house earlier. Colorful Energy. Gary Schaefer, the Picking Pilots. Torella's back. She posted a nice little short live mini concert, let's say. John Lemon and Lemonade. I Saw You, another great Canadian artist, poet, and musician. He's just incredible dude. So TSL Costa. Miles and Miles did a nice little acoustic cover. Jim Adair, Johnny Zent, Hugh Caldwell. Did I already shout out Hugh Caldwell? Santana backing track? I did. And Joe and Barry Glenn, Canada's finest folk musicians. They're just brilliant. I just love Joe and Barry Glenn. This track, this rendition of Ruby Tuesday, which Jade helped them remaster and remix, turned out beautiful. Very well done. And and then we have the final of the shoutouts for now is Synthworks. Put out another brilliant track, another great Canadian. I love our Canadian musicians. And this one's called Final Intervention. Fantastic track. Some upcoming premieres and stuff, and I think I dropped the ball. How many times did DJ tell me backstage, Liz?
Well,
I wrote what he told me, but I'll let you announce that. So congratulations to Jade Star for reaching 5,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. And
love her.
Yeah. Pete Johns, which we call the gateway to these communities, reached 150K subscribers. Like, that's just brilliant there. Please go check out Jade Star and Pete Johns. Like I said, this is what helped many of our channels grow. They have a lot of things going on pretty much daily out of Australia. Two just beautiful, beautiful personalities. All right, next Monday, May 12th, we have on the Community Pulse 62nd edition, Scotty Butthers. I'm not sure what format we're going to use, but I'm going to let you call a premiere that you've got, I think, tomorrow on Lady Campion's channel.
Yeah. Wow. There's just been so much music on the menu of and collaborations and whatnot. But when I first met her, she was asking me questions about production and wanting to be self-produced, and which is, you know, something that I enjoy doing as well. But we talked about it quite a bit when we first met online, and it turns out we had a lot of things in common with dysphonia. And at the time, I had trigger thumb so bad I was unable to play guitar, and so we were talking about our hands and how, you know, self-producing is tears on our hands. Anyway, she eventually started, you sharing some music, and she shared this song with me, Through the Dark, which was her and Roque had put together.
Yeah.
It was a very symphonic sort of thing with her, if you know, her beautiful soprano voice. But when I heard it, I just went, oh, kind of an Evanescence thing. I was just like, what do you think about maybe adding some kind of like heavy guitars on the hook and making this a bit more, I don't know, like Evanescence? And she jumped on that, which was to my delight. And so she gave me the tracks, and I just started screwing around with it. Then I, played with, of course, the arrangement, and then passed it along to Digital Drew, who got his fingerprints on that as well with his orchestral sounds and his anyway. So it's a thing that we all did sort of globally. Beautiful. And yeah, I'm extremely excited. I did get to see a bit of a preview of it, and it's everything I'd hoped for as far as visually. Yeah, quite excited about that.
So that's premiering tomorrow night on Lady Campion's channel, and I know DJ Big Red and a few others have posted that, so that's fantastic. I want to thank Snooks for posting all the links for a featured artist, and Liz Aday, and DJ Big Red for all the work. He's flying solo tonight because our co-producer JJ Folk Punk had a few errands to run, like fix leaves on a trailer that, yeah, he's having a rough one. All right, and then so I'm just going to do a couple other doing for others. Dan Anderson, Leni Perez, Read Between the Lines. These are all creators on YouTube that just consistently share everybody's music. Rebel Rocker, DJ Big Red, our very own, Crimson Crux, and Mike and Don Genesi. So I'll stop there. If we want to, I think it's time. Where's Lori's Mishmash? What happened to her? Just waiting for Lori to come up. Let's actually continue with a few more questions if you have for Joel before we get into the next segment.
Yeah, I'm quite excited to talk about the songs that he has queued up. But before we do that, I just wanted to talk to him about David Bowie. Can we do that? Would that be all right?
You know, that's funny because somebody asked, Callista asked if you did any covers. I don't know. It's just
no. Well,
I do.
Joel does beautiful covers, and he's creative. Like he's I love the way we met through sort of a streaming platform where I got to hear, of course, his original music, and he got my attention immediately as a standout in talent. And
as you did mine.
Oh, and I particularly loved the way you treat a cover song, because you're not, which is fine. It's fine. I've been in tribute shows and everything where we are to the
chapter verse, yeah.
Sorry, to the guitars, to the style exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But this, if you know me, some of you do, you know that I like to make cover songs nearly unrecognizable, and Joel does that too, and I love it. Sorry, yeah. Right, Joel?
Yeah. So what did you want to ask about David Bowie?
Yeah,
we've been talking about Bowie lately, and I just thought maybe that would be kind of fun to talk about.
Yeah, well, when you're 12, 13, 14, I mean, if you're me, I think it's the same for most people, but I think when you're 12, 13, 14, the music hits you and gets inside you in a way that like never will again. Never will come. It'll never happen like that again. And for me, that was David Bowie. And also like 12, 13, 14, time of huge change for me. I mean, of course, most people around that time, they're entering adolescence. If you're in Canada, you're transitioning from junior high school to high school. It's probably a bunch of stuff, right? But it was all of that and more for me. I was beginning to sort of explore spiritual kind of stuff that has stayed with me to my age now, which is 55. And a lot of stuff changed. And David Bowie was kind of like everything to me at that age. And it's one of those things where, like, you can tell somebody your love story and they'll listen, but you'll never make them feel what you feel. And it's not fair to ask them to do that. Hi, Lori.
Hi, good. How are you?
And so, for what it's worth, David Bowie has really sort of been in my DNA. I never met the man. I don't know him, obviously, but I love his music. I love him for his music. And especially the Berlin trilogy, if you're familiar with it, that's a huge, huge impact on me. And I guess the thing I would say is David Bowie gave me courage to be weird.
Yay!
It just sounds like a quirky thing, but being weird, I wish there was another word for it, but like he had such courage. Like if he had an idea, he would just turn the dial to 10 and just go. Like he never stopped to kind of go like, I don't know, what if people like between the ages of 18 and 22 don't like it? Like he didn't do that. And I mean, he was a bit of a power broker, so he could do whatever he wanted anyway. But like, he was really the one. When I heard Ashes to Ashes in 1981, or it was 81 or 82, and I saw the video, and at that time, videos were not really like a thing you just saw all the time. And my mind, like, I just thought, if I want to make music like this in my life, and of course, I would never say that I'm making music of that caliber, but he gave me the courage to go like, if I've got an idea, don't hold back. And so I will always love him for that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Weird is great. I love weird.
Yeah.
And this is a great interview too.
Lori does to me what David Bowie did to you.
Oh, stop. I make you do those things in my videos. So.
Yeah.
These are music videos we're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know.
And now into our most popular segment of the show, and it's celebrating pianists and stop. And
I'm the only one laughing.
Of our community.
But sure.
So I'd like to give a shout out to all the pianists and composers that create such beautiful music. And we created a little montage. We feature a different composer every so often. We change it up. But these are, I truly respect the piano players in our community.
There you go. A synonym.
Yeah, there you go. But I know I don't pronounce pianist the best way, but I know it's a lot of fun for everybody here. But please, there goes adorable energy. All right, so please go offer up some support to these brilliant talents, composers, pianists. Create a little montage. We're going to give it a spin and get back to the interview. Lori, I love you. Yeah. Beautiful playing. That's
Beautiful.
yeah.
Frank, if I can just make an announcement or
Yes, actually, you know what? I saw it in the yeah, please do. I know what you're gonna do.
yeah, we just want to send our prayers and well wishes to Pole Vault, who had a heart attack, unfortunately, this week. And he's doing well. Yeah, he went through surgery, and I heard he's doing well. Sunshine said he's doing well. He's getting pissed at the doctors, so we know that's Pole Vault. But he's been, we've been talking, and him and I are on a similar diet. He's been doing really well with not eating carbs and sugar because he did have a scare, and unfortunately it got him. I don't have all the details, but Pole Vault, we know that you're kicking ass and that you're going to come back soon, and our prayers and thoughts are with you.
We love you, brother.
Love you, Pole. Yay, Pole, you got this.
I had no idea.
I found
Yeah,
out
just-
last night. I was
He's,
up a little late on Don's
I really
channel.
like
Yeah.
him.
He's great. He's fantastic. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. So he's in recovery. I don't expect he'll be on
He and
Friday,
I
or-
have.
You have what?
What's it? Go ahead.
Oh, we have private conversations via email. We have been for a while. I like his wild. Speaking of weird,
Yeah.
his wild spirit in creating. So I really resonate with that. I buy his stuff when I can and send it along to people who I know would be into that are like-minded creatives.
Mhm.
Doing the other genre, just completely out there. So I like him as a human and a creator. So I'm sorry to hear that he's going through that, but I'm happy to hear that he's kicking ass. And yeah,
He is. He's being feisty, and it's going to be strange not seeing him all week. He always pops up with his junk and stuff, and he's on Chad's, or then he does his midnight. The weekend warm up right before my show on Fridays. So, hurry back, Pole.
yeah.
Get back by Friday because I'm going to be shouting you out. Don't make a liar out of me.
Well, and another thing, I might not go live on Friday either, Frank. Sorry.
No?
It might be a quiet night Friday for everybody. Yeah, I have my son has a gig, so I might go to that. I am going to that. I think it gets
So
out
you're going
late.
to put that live?
I could, yeah. Yeah.
Do it.
It's at a nice place, yeah. But it gets over at like 11 o'clock, so I wouldn't make it home. And if I go live, let's just put it this way, it's going to be spontaneous and it'll be fun, but it won't be a planned show. So no back and track challenge this week.
Watch that be the night that Frankie's finally up.
Yeah, right? That you can finally come on.
Yeah.
And it won't keep you. You guys are doing great. You can tell how close you are as friends because the rapport on this show tonight is awesome. And I'm sorry, I'm not Drew. It's just Laurie coming in for the pianos, but Drew should be on here.
What's funny
Right?
is while you're like some
No,
of the-
I'm happy. I'm happy. Oh, go ahead.
Liz and
Joel?
I are like texting a little bit of the
Yeah.
stuff that we are not saying, which is also funny.
Say it.
No, you know what? I'm going to save it. If I say something really stupid and the room goes quiet, then I'll throw one in.
Okay. By the way, Joel, no one told you, but you have Tim Tam in your teeth still. So sorry.
I have what in my teeth?
Tim Tam in your teeth.
Oh, you know what? There's always
I just saw your short.
some kind of carb is always in there. Sometimes it's a pastry, sometimes it's a custard of some kind. You know what? It's gone to lifestyle for me. So
It sounds like me. Everybody's like, you're always eating on camera. Well,
I am actually. That's actually not a joke. I am.
you had the chocolate right in your mouth. Yeah.
I'm a teacher and I teach a lot of virtual classes, and I've always got like, hey everybody, look like this, and I
Me
realized like,
too.
I
Yeah.
wonder how that looks like, anyway.
I always have my coffee and I always have a snack over here that I'm eating during my show. It's something to do with your hands. Anyhow, have a great night. Have a fun show. See you in the chat.
Thanks.
Thank you, Laurie.
Thank you, Larry.
I'll see you after the show too.
All right. So, we've got. I'm going to put this down for now, because I want to get into the next song, Electron. Let's
All right.
talk about that. Oh, look at Liz.
All right, Liz, what should I say about Electron?
What shouldn't you say?
That didn't help me. Okay.
You're
so
welcome.
what can I say? What should I say about Electron? Okay. This is one of the songs I don't like to over introduce it because I think people they get a lot out of it just by watching and listening to it. All I would say is that there's, and this is a very I'm painting this with a really broad brush, but there's something about heartbreak that is about the pain of losing a person, especially, romantically and otherwise. But I was thinking romantically, and I think there's something about the way that pain changes you. And there's a lot that can be said about it. Electron looks at a little part of that feeling. That might be it. By the way, Drew is like mostly responsible for this video. Like, I gave him my ideas, but like, if you look at that and you're like, that looks fantastic, it's because he did it.
Beautiful. All right. Electron.
Electron.
I am an idiot, insubstantial and wrong. Before and after, everything is gone. I am a disconnect, sparking and broken. Trying to grasp onto anything. I am a ringtone, I am a traffic light. I am attenuated, I am slight. I am a phone call that never flew to you tonight. Can I just be a baby? Can I just be a baby again? Can I just be a baby? Can I just be a baby again?
Dang.
Wow.
Damn.
You know, I just want to say there was just so much happening. Um, that bass line, the violin, the strings, the tremolo, that it was just, and the arrangement, like that's just brilliant.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Was recording. I was doing an album. I have another band called Joel in Real Life, which is a whole different vibe, and I was doing an album for that project, which is more world music, ambient sort of stuff. And my dear friend Mary Claire Sainal was, she's a award-winning composer, travels all over the world, you know, she's far beyond my pay grade, but we're good friends, and she contributed, and we wrapped up a bunch of the stuff that we wrapped up a bunch of stuff we were doing that afternoon in my place. And I was like, I'm working on a kind of a heavy metal-y kind of album too. Do you want to try it? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, why not just plug you into the thing I use in my guitar, and we'll just see what happens. And she did. And so on that album, she does a number of violin solos through the guitar rig. That's one of the best, but she's done several, and it was so good. And she's so good.
Wow.
Like, she's just such a natural, and I just really am so grateful for her. Very grateful for Drew as well, because once again, it was a thing. I brought him a box of junk, and I poured it out, and I'm like, you can make this into a video, right? You don't need me to do more than this, right? And he took all those parts and just made it. Well, you saw it, you know, like I could really see his touch, and he's done wonderful work with it. So
It was one of those parts of face mask that talks, or can
yeah.
you
So
tell us what's going on there?
okay, if you don't have a lot of money, you got to be creative in your videos. You got to have a good idea. And I wouldn't say that I necessarily have the best ideas, but I sometimes I just watch for like weird stuff. I could be like, I'll put that in the video. By the way, guys, back here, you might see behind me, there's 6 masks up on the wall. I've got 4 more that are not up there. They're going to be featured in the next video that I release. It's not out yet, but it's going to be on the way. And you just find stuff to use. And I was like, it wasn't Temu, but it was something like something really kind of like low rent like that, where I found this mask, like put it on, and it responds to sound and gives you the VU meters. And I was like, this is either going to be the coolest thing, or it's going to look so stupid. And so I got it and tried it out, and it worked. I think it worked out great, but it was definitely one of those props where like you can't look too close at it, because you're kind of like, wow, that's really crap, isn't it?
Oh dear.
The next, if you like masks, my next video is going to be right up your tree, because
No, that masks scare the shit out of me.
no, my masks aren't. Are they scary? I don't know.
I think it's haunting. I'm lucky to say that I have seen what he's working on, and
Oh yeah, you saw it. That's right.
so clever. I just love it. I'm so excited.
Well, because it's weird, and you are automatically on board if it's weird. So
That's the truth.
that is true.
Yeah.
It's funny, you were talking about Drew doing the video,
Yeah.
and it's so lovely to see. He was mentoring the audience there and telling them how to do things.
Mhm.
Drew. So good at it.
Yeah.
That is so cool. All right, I'm going to just finish off with just a few more shout outs. Fridays has become quite a busy day. We start off with Dan Anderson at 1 o'clock. Then we go into Valerie Bott, followed by Charlie Gabaldon. Independent Many United comes on at 8 p.m. Then Mr. Smith, live drum sounds sound session is every Friday at 8 p.m. It's another fantastic stream that just Mr. Smith's streams are starting to move so fast. I don't know if anybody noticed. Congratulations there, brother. Pole Vault, we're shouting you out. We're putting positive energy out there. You're going to be back. You're going to be back. And Sunshine Archer, the weekend warm up Friday at 10 p.m. Freedom Redbird is also on Friday night. Music and fun, karaoke streamer, people coming up on panel at 10 p.m. as well. Lori's Mishmash, Friday night hang. You know she's going to make it home. And then we have our very own Gary Hubbs, the Parking Lot Warrior, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, Pacific Time, 2 a.m. Eastern Time. He has an amazing show. His guitar, his bass, just a brilliant performer and a funny dude and a great friend and my bandmate from Ninth Gate. Leela Verse comes right after Gary. Midnight Chill, 3:15 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 12:15, I guess, Pacific Time, because I can do the math. The Nut House has a fantastic show every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Please go check out the Nut House. If you don't believe me, just ask Snooks. It's got to be one of the funnest streams I've been to in a long time. Somebody I met through, I'm going to say Independent Many United, Niels Han Dynasty. Man, this guy is just smart. And everything he says, it makes sense. You just go follow some of his streams and you'll know what I'm talking about. I just love the topics and what he chooses. I love his channel, so please go offer up some support. I mentioned SC Wolverines earlier. JM Unleashed Word Games every Monday just before 5 p.m. Mondays. Alley Patches and Rich New Designs. They're like the new dynamic duo of streaming. Love what they're putting out. Special thanks to Dom Torregrossa, who featured Red Heaven, the montage that we created. He played it along with a couple other songs, so I thought you should know there, Joel. And his tag team partner, Chris Lane, who was in the chat throughout the evening. Thank you both. Dom's got an amazing new show, The Sunday Slide, and Chris, as you all know, with Dom, the happy hour every Thursday. Camp G-May, another brilliant Sunflower Fest. Billy, I mentioned Mr. Smith. Axe and Nachos, don't forget. Axe and Nacho is going to be on at 11 o'clock tonight. The Falcro, the Mix Club, Rhett, Rock and Roll, Pompeii Music, Michael Songs, Sunday set live every Sunday. Scotty Butters every Tuesday. Jovel de Putzis, Miss High, Pendar, fantastic channels. Freedom Redbird, love you all. Keep creating, keep rocking, and let's keep growing this community. I'm telling you, Joel, what do you think? Do you agree when I say there is nothing like a community like this anywhere
The
out
artist,
there?
man.
Yeah.
Everything's better when it comes to the grass up rather than from the top down.
Right? Yeah. So, I don't know. We're here at our last song. Do you have any questions or anything you want to cover?
I'm gonna let
May I say something about it?
Yeah,
This is
I'm
Martyr,
looking
right?
at you.
This is Martyr, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This I love. As you know, I love Joel's work. This song and this video absolutely wreck me. Absolutely wreck me. It hits me in a very raw spot. It is so simple and authentic, and the story behind it, which I'm going to set him up to deliver, just takes my breath away. It's very important. It's so important that I stop my work to click around looking for radio stations and other platforms for this song. Anyway, take it away.
And I do want to add, Joel, you're singing songs that matter. And this is
You're
just,
hoping.
the Bullet, Martyr, like, yeah, you got to talk about this one.
Thanks, buddy. How long have I got to set this up?
You got all night. I'll sit here and listen to you talk. And
All right. For the musicians, I just wanted to point out something that I'm using that I think you guys might like. This is an Ibanez art core, and like it's just a beauty. And I took the frets out, and I'm not great at playing it. I mean, I'm better than like, but I'm not like great at it. But I love the sound of it, and it's going to be in more of the music. And the first recorded thing I've done with this guitar in it is the song we're going to listen to. So I just thought I'd point it out. I do want to talk about that song. And so there's a little story that goes with it, and I'll tell you what it is, and I'll try not to spin it out. So I became a member of the Baha'i Faith in 1983, I want to say. That's not the main focus of this story, but this is when I started learning a little bit about sort of the stuff that was going on in the world, including things that were happening to members of the Baha'i Faith in Iran. So for those of you who are not already familiar with what the Baha'i Faith is, in a nutshell, it basically is about world peace, nonviolent conflict resolution, the equality of men and women, the abolition of prejudice, universal education, civil obedience, and consultation rather than violence. And these are things which are just in so many ways. Every time I talk to somebody about it, they say it's common sense, and I'm like, yeah, that's why I got into it, because it just seemed like something I'm like, I already feel like I believe that. So that's not the story, though. The story is that in Shiraz, Iran, in 1983, 10 women were executed by the Iranian government because they were members of the Baha'i Faith, which was illegal in Iran. And so they were put in jail. And the ages, I don't remember how old the oldest woman was, but the youngest was 17, and tortured. And ultimately they were executed one at a time so that each of them could watch the next one being executed. Why did they do that? They did that because they were attempting to intimidate and attempting to coerce, because they gave each of these women a choice. And the choice they gave them was, you can deny the stuff you say you believe, and we'll let you go. And none of them did. So all 10 of them went to their death. And that is important to me. And it's funny because as I got into this song, I had to ask myself, like, why is that important to me? Because I know there's a terrible tragedy in it, but that wasn't it for me. That wasn't it. I didn't want to just tell a sad story. What I realized was I was deeply moved by seeing examples of someone who stood by what they believe. And I was thinking, yeah, that's it. In this world at this time, there's so few examples of people who believe something who will not give it up, right? So we know a lot of people with strong opinions, and they just change them, right? They just, you scare them, you pay them, you bribe them, you coerce them, you threaten them, and they give it up like that. And I was just thinking, like, I'm so used to that. I think I really connected to this story because, especially like a 17-year-old, under threat of death after being tortured, still said, no, I'm not going to say what's true isn't true. I'm not going to say what's real isn't real. And I was thinking, like, how would the world be different if that was how people were about their beliefs? Even negative beliefs, it's not like stuff I don't necessarily agree with. That doesn't matter. That's not the point I'm getting at. It's about just having conviction, having fortitude, having courage, and really just having character. And I thought that was an amazing test of character. And these women provided an incredible example to sort of say, like, yeah, you can't threaten me. You can't bribe me. You can't coerce me. You can't scare me. What's true is true. What's real is real. And there's nothing you can do about that. And so I wrote a song. Well, it'll speak for itself.
it's absolutely beautiful. Martyr.
Oh, beloved, oh, my desire, it's time to send for me. It's time to send for me. Oh, my longing. Oh, how I've waited. It's time to send for me. It's time to send for me. For me a desert, behind me a fire. It's time to send for me. It's time to send for me. Tired of this world and its ashes. It's time to send for me. It's time to send for me. I need no riches, and I hope for no treasures. It's time to send for me. It's time to send for me. To send for me. With my blood I have sworn it, and my life as a ransom. It's time to send for me. It's time to send for me.
Oops. 1 second. Sorry. Almost did it. Wow. Joel, that's absolutely beautiful. Can I ask you something? What
Yeah.
is that sound you got in the whoop? The whoop? What is that?
The percussion sound, you
Is
mean?
that a
So in this song, geez, I'd have yeah. Okay, so I think I use four elements. I use zills, which is the Egyptian finger symbols.
mm-hmm.
I use not a tambourine, but it's like a tambourine. I forget what it's called. I use tabla, and I use doumbek. So those are the four percussive instruments. I just played a bunch of. So I have a Nashville strung electric guitar that I use that gives a lot of the top end to it, and the fills are just played on the fretless guitar. So
It's absolutely beautiful.
My auntie Sparkles is here. Hello, Judy. Hi. I'm so happy you got to witness that.
She's been here for a while.
Oh,
So
I didn't
that's
see that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was trying to post as many as I could. So
Okay.
and you
good
know,
to have you,
I
Joel.
will say, you know, is it a tragic story? Yeah, it is. It's an absolute. Just imagine being 17 and being taken to jail. Just imagine that. I mean, I can't imagine it in any age. I can't imagine being tortured like at my age. I can't imagine who could find it in themselves to do that to a 17-year-old girl. For what? For what? But to me, I want to also just like I also there's that, and I also want to say like how often do you get to witness that level of bravery? You know, that level of courage, just somebody who really has character, you know, and even more so like what you can learn about how to live yourself, you know, and what kind of choices you can make about your own beliefs and your own conviction. It's an amazing story. It's why it inspired me to write the song. So
It's important, Joel, and I'll do anything I can to help shine a light on it. But I mean, I am the best kept secret in the world of show business, but it won't stop me from opening up the Indie Bible and looking for places that will uplift voices like yours and the stories that need to be heard right now.
well,
Yeah.
it's a lot of the a lot of this. So this is the first release from the new album, and I'm gonna drip. I think three more before I drop the whole thing. I wouldn't have what you call a plan exactly. Let's say we call it an idea. Um, and a lot of the album's a lot heavier, a lot more rock, a lot more heavy metal type of stuff, more sort of what I'm used to. But this song in particular, I wanted to launch it first, partly because I think it's timely. The story's timely, and I wanted to launch it first because I wanted that to be sort of at front of mind before, like, you know, 13, 14 other songs are released and they all look like a big wash of songs. I wanted to make sure that I got that one out first.
Well, I can't wait to catch up to the drip.
Me too.
So yeah, it's good. It's a lot of fun. I kind of did that on my last album, just one track at a time, and yeah, it builds up. I can't wait for the entire album. So I suspect you're gonna have it on Bandcamp,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
It will not be on Spotify, but it'll be on Apple and Amazon and Google Play.
yeah, I'll make sure I purchase that one. And yeah, Liz, earlier you mentioned, and that's what I forgot to do today, and I'm not kidding, to become a member of, if you want to give Joel a plug, how to become a member right from the website. It's a pretty cool thing. You're supporting an artist. I will be signing up soon. But I know you mentioned it earlier, so I'll leave the plug for you.
Joel's Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your link? Is it Red Heaven? Is it patreon.com/Red Heaven?
Yeah. Well, no, not quite. I try to have Red Heaven Live is I get that wherever I can on my social. That's Instagram and Facebook and Patreon. So Red Heaven Live should be the first thing you look for if you want to find me.
All right,
After that,
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure DJ or Snooks will find it and post it. Oh, okay, yeah. So you can get it right from the website, correct? Because that's where I've seen
Yeah,
it.
I will make sure that you can. How about that?
You should be able to, Joel. My goodness.
You know, what can I say? I've had a lot of Netflix to watch, Liz. I can't be doing
I do understand that, but
website or whatever you call it.
That's awesome.
Socks and nonsense.
Well, I do want to take the time. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Myself,
Yeah.
I would just say that when I was a kid, meaning like a teenager, I really dreamed much more of like Beyonce sort of level fame, like the big stuff. And I always sort of thought that's what matters, And just as I'm watching you lovely people talk, and just you lovely people sharing, and I'm realizing that this is a treasure, to be connected with you guys. And to just, I think when you give attention to somebody, I think it's sacred. And so you guys giving me attention and listening to what I'm doing is a gift for me. And so I want to say thank you for that. And that it may be great to be Beyonce, and may be great to be that rich and that famous, but to tell you the truth, sitting here like this is a gift I would not easily or quickly want to give away, because it's very precious. So thanks for making it possible for me.
Well said, Joel. That's absolutely beautiful. I think, the work that you put into it, the gift that you have, the talent, the meaning behind what you do, you're just an incredible individual, and I think we're all honored to have you on this show. And I wish you all the success in the future. And Liz,
yes,
thank you very much for making this connection.
yes.
I know.
And
the
guys, watch what
community-
Liz is doing. Liz is busier than ever, and her material is quality material. She's working with great people. She's writing great stuff. She's a great performer, great musician, great guitarist, great arranger, and she is just hitting. I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like she's really hitting her stride in ways she never has before. So I think the material you're going to see coming out of her in the near future is going to be something really special. So just keep an eye.
How about I propose this? You're going to co-host Liz and Allison whenever she's ready.
You got it.
We are booking 6 weeks in advance, so whenever you have a date, and whenever
got
you
it.
feel, let's bring you back up.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
I'll be the interviewer next time. How about
there you
that?
go.
Okay. I look forward to it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you for and thank you, Frank, and everybody who's been involved behind the scenes. I
Yes.
apologize. I don't remember all the names. I wouldn't even
JJ,
try.
Lori. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. And again, Laura, it was nice to meet you face to face somewhat, and also the chook. I hope your little chicken comes home soon in one piece.
I want to do the chicken interview. I want Frank. I want the chicken interview. So if that comes
I
up,
do want that too.
I call
I think
dibs on that.
Breaking news. Yeah.
Right,
Runaway chicken. All right. Thank you, everybody. Snooks, thank you for posting all the links. I appreciate you all. Synthworks, man, the support you give behind the scenes, I love you, man. Everybody here, I appreciate you all coming out. As you all know, I announce it every week. We appreciate Liz Aday for allowing us to close the show with the very important song To the Community Pulse, Family Gold. This is the revisited mix, and there is news, breaking news, that Liz said she's going to come up with yet another mix of this. So I'm looking forward to it, and we've got 3 different renditions we can play live, so that's perfect. Thank you very much. Love you all. Peace.
Peace.
Sister, brother, father, mother, we are one and the same. Friends, chosen, hearts shared, a force of nature. We are family, forever like a diamond, special treasure. We shine. And we're not part of one another. Our love is gold. Family. Family. Your life could get in the way sometimes, but no matter whatever, ever hot the cards, we'll weather it together wherever we are in the world. Our home is where the heart is. No matter how far apart we may find ourselves doing, it don't matter, baby. We are the same. Forever we will be. Brother, sister, father, mother. We are one together. Wherever we are in the world, our home is where the heart is. However hard the cards may fall, we will.